What's up, YouTube? I am here with a new video. This is going to be a combination of my monthly recap and my A to C game analysis because I have not posted one for the week prior, so the 20th through the 24th, and then I'm obviously posting the one for the 27th through the 31st, and then we're just going to post a monthly recap for the month of January. So let's get started to the A to C game analysis. For this month, my A to C game analysis, I'm going to plot myself probably at a C. Let's keep it short, simple. Um, to the reasons why, I would say most of this stuff, it's letting FOMO influence trades and then hesitating. So let me explain. So first of all, for the hesitating portion of my mental state is just at first I felt like I had a feel for the market, and then things started not to work, and I was kind of in a weird situation in the sense that I was like, well, should I sit out completely and then risk potentially missing, which is part of my FOMO as well, potentially missing um, the trend confirmation? Or not the confirmation, but the trend reversal. Because right now, it's pretty easy to label this market as a market with indecision, like, because one day we're dumping, one couple of days we're ripping, and then a couple of days we're dumping, and then a couple of days we're ripping, and then a couple of days we're dumping. So it's like, for me personally, that just creates a lot of indecision because the market's doing that as well, and it's tricky because the market is throwing me setups. It's showing me, it's giving me bait, and I'm taking it like a dummy, and I'm losing money. So I'd say for the second half, up until the 23rd, I was killing it in January. Doing really well relative to the environment. I was up about 5.6%. And then after the 23rd, things kind of just went downhill. And I actually have not made money since the 23rd. I have not seen a green day since then. But we'll get to that in a little bit, add more context. So, yeah, in terms of A to C game analysis for the past 2 weeks, has definitely just been C, because I just been letting FOMO influence my trades for just me over trading because, and like I said, we'll get to that too. Um, just been letting FOMO and the fear of just potentially missing the final trend confirmation. Because normally, like, you don't, of course, you want to wait for a confirmation in trend, but, and I think this comes with experience because, mind you, I've only been in the market since the late 2022. So, like, right around this time here, and as you can see, the better part of this trend for the past 2 years has been nothing but straight rippage, with a couple of downside, healthy pullbacks, but no real like chop. It's either been up, down, and then right back up, and yeah. So right now I feel like I'm in chop, and that's leaving me conflicted in the sense: do I need to sit out and just completely observe? Do I need to risk little amounts and risk getting paper cuts? But after so many paper cuts, it kind of gets old just seeing so much red. And I'm not even losing that much money relative to my account size. It's just sucks seeing that. So yeah, we've definitely been in our C game. So I'm going to take some time to really improve my C game and really figure out, because the idea is you're never gonna always be on your A game, and then you really want to. The B game is like, it's just there. It's like the middle child. But like ideally, you always want to be on the A game, and then the B game is cool, but you're always still thinking about being on the A game, and you're more than likely always going to be either on your C game or your A game, and then B game is just because maybe you did a little bit of whatever you classify as B game here and there. So what I got from this A to C game analysis video is that you want to work on improving your C game. because more often than not, that's where you're going to be. And it's how you recover from your C game that leads you to get to your A game. So, that's something I'm going to take some time to do. But on to what we're really here for, the monthly recap. Okay, so, oh, sorry, let me just pull up TC 2000. We're just going to look at QQQ for now. Um, so, here is the tricky situation about January. And I don't really think this is like me making excuses. It's just the pure honesty, the pure honest, genuine situation. So, for the first 6 days of January, it was pretty good. I had a nice trade. We'll talk about that in a little bit. So I was up. My peak at January was 14.42%, and then we started losing some trades. Started winning, getting some minor losses. So then I ended up around up until the 23rd at 5.6%. Uh, and then we just gave X a little bit of unrealized profits, and then somewhere around there we were up about 4.5%. It looks like right here, yeah, 4.2%, 4.52%. But then everything changed on the 17th for me because I added a substantial amount of money to my account. I went from mid four figures to a decent amount, not even a decent amount, up there in five figures. So the issue with this, and this is a risk, mind you, this is a risk I knew I was taking, that I was risking relative to my new account size. So essentially, I went from risking 1% of mid four figures to 1%, or not 1%. Well, yes, 1%. My full position would be 1% of four figures to 1% of up there in five figures. And that just skewed my RR, my profit factor, and everything because I was trading relative to my new account size. So essentially, it wiped out all of my gains for the month of January, which definitely sucks. And part of me was like, fuck. But then part of me was like, well, I signed up for this and I knew what I was doing because, I didn't really see a better scenario. I guess the best thing I could have done in hindsight is 2020 is maybe switch brokerages and then just left my gains that I made on my one brokerage and then switch to a completely new brokerage with the substantial money added into that one and then just started fresh on that account. But I didn't really feel like doing all that. I just felt like it was, I don't know. Anyways, I went from up decently well for given how the month was going to negative. I'm negative 4.5% on the month to my new account size. And could be worse. It definitely sucks, but I knew what I was signing up for. I knew I was taking the risk of potentially wiping out all the gains I've made because I'd be trading relative to my new account size. And I was not actually risking 1% this whole entire month. I only went up. The most size I ever took was 0.5% of my risk, and we'll talk about that in a little bit as well. But for the better part, or the majority of this month, I was only risking 0.25% of my old account size and then my new account size. But even then, my new account size risking 0.25% still had the capacity of wiping out all the gains that I've made. So I don't know, in hindsight, maybe I should have just waited until the end of the month so that I can close out January at least decently strong and then added the substantial amount of my money uh, into the account and then risk relative to that size. But in the end, I was like, well, if I do that, I'm still going to be I still can wipe out my January gains. So it's like, whatever. I just added the money. I knew what the risk was, and the risk ended up the risk I ended up taking ended up wiping out all my gains for January. So definitely stinks. I'm not even gonna read off my TradeZella stuff because it's all skewed. It's completely skewed now because it's different because I'm risking a substantial amount of more money on a bigger account. So I'm gonna let that balance out after a couple of months of trading, so that it's accurate because right now it's very inaccurate. But up until that point, actually, we're not even gonna, because it doesn't matter, because that account size that I previously had isn't going to be a thing anymore. So I'm not even going to read off my stats up until that time of my deposit. Let's just move on to some trades I'm proud about and some trades I'm not proud about. So looking at my trades for the month of January, I think we took Hood in January. Was this? Yeah. So we took Hood. This is probably one of my best trades, obviously, of January. Robinhood has been showing pretty crazy strength. As you can see, it made a nice 26% run after breaking out of this base, and then it sold off on pretty decent volume, but then it quickly bounced back up. Uh, Wasted no time to just bounce off the 10 and then go right back up. So yeah, this is one of my trades I've been holding since then. I have literally no size on this. Like I'm holding, I think a quarter left of my position, and I've just been trailing. Um, some other trades that I'm, I guess, decently proud about is CRNC. That's what really started off my month strong. I took this on the third on some news right here. Gapped up 34%. Let's go. Let's see. Let's see my averages on this trade actually. So my average R on this trade was, my realized R multiple was 8.28 R. Average exit was around $17, so somewhere around here. Its peak was at $27. I know that's, a lot of gains given back, but that's just the way my system called it. I mean, 8R is something I'm definitely gonna settle for too. Let's see what else. Other than that, oh, no, we'll get to that too. Took LabD this month as well. This is a pretty good trade in my opinion. It was a solid 2.3R. Took it on this day here. Um, our average exit was 7.62, so somewhere around here. We took it on this day here on a fill of 727. We average exit was 762. Yeah, we talked about this in my previous video. Pretty decent setup. It just still felt weird, very counterintuitive to bet against a market because this is just a leveraged inverse ETF. What else? Reddit is another trade I'm pretty proud about. It just ended up not working out, but it was a good setup in my opinion. I took it on this day here. This ended up stopping me out at break even. Good trade. In hindsight, I guess I could have taken it again on this day, but I just took it off my radar because I wasn't really a fan of just how it was trading, even though it's showing pretty awesome relative strength. Uh, I just wasn't a fan of the volatility, and I guess it's not really a trending market, so how can I expect it to be trending? But yeah. Then we also took LITM. Now this is when I took this trade, and it was actually paying me pretty well. And then after this is when everything went downhill for me. So we took it on this day here. An average entry of 99 cents. So somewhere around here. Mind you, all these trades I'm risking 0.25%, so I'm not risking much at all because I was still indifferent about the market and its conditions, and I knew overall deep down that the market it wasn't probably the best time to trade, but like I said earlier, I guess part of me was just FOMOing in sense that I wanted to catch the names that you should have already been in once the market did recover. Obviously, it has not ended up recovering or trending again. So yeah, after this trade is when everything went downhill. So I got a fill of like 99 cents. Average exit of 118. This gap down because it decided to do an offering overnight randomly. I love how it propped up the stock damn near 100% for it to just fucking cap down and completely ruin all the gains. But the market owes me nothing, so it's okay. Since then, oh yeah, we got out of this trade for 1.99R. But after this is when everything kind of took a shit, and this is when I made a pretty retarded mistake in the sense that, so that happened with LITM, and so on this day here, mind you, like I said, I was risking 0.25% this whole time, but I had pretty decent conviction on AVGX because in my opinion, or AVGO, I guess, in my opinion, semis looked pretty well. Besides, I guess no, even Nvidia was, I guess, quote unquote breaking out. AVGO also looked well, pretty clear relative strength. Excuse me, while the market was pulling back. So I sized up on this from 0.25 to 0.5% risk, and obviously ended up biting me in the butt. And unfortunately, that's when the losing streak started. So let's see what else happened after that. We didn't end up, actually, no, we did end up risking 0.5% on another setup too. So this is where I went wrong pretty much in the month is I sized up even when the market wasn't really telling me that it was ready in a good enough environment to size up. I guess I got hyped off. I got a little antsy off this win, but even then my win gapped down. So I was like, well, it's not that the market fucked me over. It's just that unfortunate news came out. So let me size up because up until this point, my positions were telling me were showing me profit. So I was like, you know what? I'll size up for the one time or the two times, I guess, or no, three times. Yeah, three times. No, actually, wow, looking. So I sized up on four positions, 0.5%, like a dummy, and it ended up biting me in the butt. Sized up on AVGO. This was all on the same day too, so I guess that also bit me in the ass. IMVZ on this day here, sized up, ended up fucking me over. HSI, I ended up sizing up on this on what day? Let's see. 124, 2024. So this day right here. And then HCHR also on this day here, I believe, right there. Yes. Um, and then lastly, AMPX. And that was on, I believe, 124. All on the 24th. So yeah, I sized up on all those trades to 0.5% because I don't even really know, to be honest. Up until then, like I said, positions were showing me green. So I was like, you know what, I'll size up. But this is where I became conflicted because I wanted to indulge in progressive exposure. But my number one concern with progressive exposure is if you're a swing trader, are you selling your positions that are already showing you profit to finance the new positions that you take and you size up on? But why would I completely liquidate one position that's showing me green um, if I want to hold on to it to maximize gains? So it's like I'm a little conflicted in that sense, and maybe that's what I need, exactly what I need to do, and I'm just not understanding that. And I guess, yeah, so it bit me in the ass. And I'm actually on the biggest losing streak I've ever been on. I think it's about 20 trades. My previous biggest losing streak was about 15 trades during July through August of 2024 on the Qs. I'll show you guys real quick what the market was doing. So from right here, I believe I started losing because we ended up quickly, sharply pulling back. And then throughout here, I wasn't trading, and then I was losing again right here because, yes, we were ripping, but a lot of indecision, and then everything started pulling back. Unrealized profits were lost, and yeah, you know the deal. So I'm on the biggest losing streak right now, and I'm actually kind of glad that I'm sitting here looking at this because it's pretty obvious as to why this month ended up red. Now, let's say I never did add the money to my account, and I kept the same account size, and I was did exactly everything the same, just risk relative to my old account size. I think it's pretty safe to say that I would have ended up this month red regardless, because I'm sitting here looking at it and I'm just like, you know, a lot of this was pretty foolish. I got pretty antsy. I don't know why, and then obviously hindsight is 2020, but in the moment, to me it felt kind of clear-ish that maybe it was time to size up because I was getting profit. I was up on the month. I was feeling pretty well, but I got humbled pretty quick. And saying all this out loud, it kind of really threw everything into perspective in the sense that everything can change pretty damn quick because I was doing really well, and then everything just changed because I was letting FOMO take over. I kept thinking about, well, what if the market starts ripping again? And I didn't start thinking about, well, what the hell happens if you just give everything back that you just made? So, yeah, I wasn't really thinking about the negatives, which I should be, not in a pessimistic way, but more in not in a pessimistic way, more of a strategic way, in the sense that, like, let's assume the worst, and if that's something that I can't accept or it feels stupid for letting happen, then it's not the right time to make the move that you're trying to make. So, yeah, looking back, definitely some mistakes I could have avoided for sure. I'm on the biggest losing streak I've ever been on. So yeah, there's that, and I'm actually kind of glad that I'm making this video because up until this point I was kind of sticking my head in the sand, not in the sense that I didn't really in depth go through my trades. I journaled my emotions last weekend like I always do, but I didn't go through my trades and sitting here looking at everything. Um, Considering the losing streak I'm on and me sizing up for those one, two, three, four trades, five trades, sorry, um, just felt really dumb. Like there was no point to do that. And yeah, I'm sitting here looking at it, and I'm just like, I'm a dummy for that, and I definitely do deserve to lose money, which I have been doing. So, you know, you live and you learn. Hindsight is 2020, of course, but it happens. Let's go over the trades that I'm not too proud about. Uh, which I don't really have too many in terms of like the setup I took. I'm just like, wow, that was actually a fucking dog shit setup. I should have never taken it. I'm just sitting here looking at how I executed on these trades, risk management wise, and yeah, like there's not that many setups here that I'm just like, why did I even take that setup in terms of price action? Uh, Besides maybe, nah, yeah, I'll just say that on my losers where I sized up on. It's very unfortunate. I guess this one trade right here, AVGO, in the moment was definitely questionable in the sense that, like, I mean, it's very tricky because hindsight is 2020. But up until this point, like semis weren't really that hot, and semis were the leaders for the past year, maybe even 2 years. And through my studies, it's pretty obvious that leaders of one year typically aren't the leaders of the next year. So I couldn't really expect a stock that was at all-time highs, that's up fucking 494% or 490% in the past 2 years to just keep ripping. And of course, stocks that rip can keep ripping, but I think I was a little bit euphoric in the sense that, like, dude, we've been ripping for the past 2 years. Quote unquote, 2024 was easy money. So, like, you should have expected the market to throw you a challenge eventually. And I guess the challenge is here now in the sense that we're in a market where it's indecision and there's no fat pitches and there's no clear direction that we're heading in. So, you know, and I think a lot of this comes with experience, and I'm grateful that I'm going through this now and not when I've made a substantial amount of money and I'm sitting here going through this and losing a substantial amount of money. I'm not losing anything crazy. Obviously, losing money in general sucks, but I haven't lost anything that I can't salvage literally in one or two trades. So that's the great part about all of this. I just need to sit on my hands and really just chill out. I kind of just noticed that, like, I definitely did overtrade this month. It's not warranted at all because it's just been choppy. The start to January has been definitely tough. Definitely the toughest market I've ever been in thus far. But yeah, I mean, looking at all this, talking to myself about it, saying it out loud is really refreshing because up until this point, I was going through a bit of a rut in the sense that I'm just like, damn, bro, I haven't seen a green day in like so long, borderline about to crash out, but like, That's the name of the game. I have been through this before, so it's pretty awesome to know that I've been through this before. All I got to do is go through it again, learn from what I've did in the past, and come out on top. And just keep a level-headed approach in the sense that, sure, you've been red for quite some time, but you know, in reality, with my strategy and my system, all it takes is one or two trades and some awareness of what the fuck's going on for you to really make all your money back. So don't be in a rut for so long that in the sense that when things do get well for you, like you miss the whole entire thing because you're too busy feeling sorry for yourself. So yeah, definitely kind of. I'm actually really grateful that I'm sitting here finally making this video, and I'm just like, yeah, definitely deserve to lose money this month for sure, absolutely. And I wouldn't even say I was feeling sorry for myself. I was just like, damn, bro, like I haven't seen money. I haven't seen green, even like fucking $20 worth of green, a couple McChickens. I haven't seen no green in a long time. But I made it through July and August of last year. I'm damn sure gonna make it through this month. Oh yeah, sorry, got a little sidetracked right there, and since that I wasn't really talking about any trades that I wasn't particularly proud about. But like I said before, in price action wise, nothing really that I was particularly not proud about. Also, another thing that I need to tell myself is that this month, in terms of volume, has been pretty lackluster. So I need to stop taking bait on setups that maybe take my pivot points, but with not that much volume. And like I said, in a market where there's indecision, it seems like there's not that much volume, at least institutional buying. So uh, yeah, just keep that in mind. Some trades I'm proud about. I mean, I'll just mention like CRNC was pretty cool this month. LITM was pretty cool up until it gapped down. Uh, let's see what else. I guess CLS is pretty cool too. We took this one on the EP gap up. It did not close that strong. I actually have taken no profits, which is another thing I need to really sit down and tell myself. Like, obviously, I do treat the market differently. When things are not going that well. But I still feel like my system needs some tweaking in the sense that I could definitely manage uh, how I treat my positions when the market is not trending, in the sense of probably like locking gains a bit quicker. And yeah, so that's something I gotta work on behind the scenes. But other than that, I don't think there's much else to say. I had a pretty good conversation with myself today during this video, really saying everything out loud and put things into perspective that, yeah, bro, like this month was on me. And I think after the first couple of losses, I should have just been like, all right, let's chill the fuck out, stop trading. But I continued to trade, I guess, pretty much because of FOMO. And I was really scared that, like, not scared, I guess scared, yeah. Essentially scared that, like, I'm going to miss the reversal and miss the trend confirmation for the whole market to end up start ripping again. But, you know, uh, it happens. We'll be back in the month of February. We'll see where the market's heading. Like I said, that's some work I'm going to do behind the scenes. This is primarily just me talking to myself in video form so that I can get shit off my chest and, you know, I'll do all that work behind the scenes. But other than that, yeah, that's pretty much everything I got to say in this video. It's a little scattered. Sorry for anyone who might or might not watch this. Definitely not an organized video. This video is for me though. I really needed to just say everything I needed to say out loud, and yeah, let's get back to it. Excited for February to get fucking better. I'm already feeling better even though it's a Saturday and the market's not open. But I just feel good really getting all this shit off my chest, and I guess essentially feeling sorry for myself, being a little bitch about losing. Come to realize that that shit was all my fault, and yeah, everything's pretty clear to me now. Uh, that's pretty much it for this video. Like I said, if I apologize for the fact that it was pretty scattered, but yeah, you know. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.